Hi guys. Today I'm going to be reading 2nd Corinthians part of chapter 5. And I was going to do part of chapter 6, but I think I'm going to do that in my next video. So basically this is just talking about how we can treat people with forgiveness and kindness and love and compassion because God has control. So I'll go more into that after I read a little bit of this, but I'm going to start with chapter 5, verse 5, and go down to verse 10. Now the one who has fashioned us for this very purpose is God, who has given us the Spirit as a deposit, guaranteeing what is to come. Therefore we are always confident and know that as long as we are at home in the body, we are away from the Lord, for we live by faith, not by sight. We are confident, I say, and would prefer to be away from the body and at home with the Lord. So we make it our goal to please Him, whether we are at home in the body or away from it. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each of us may receive what is due for us, for the things done while in the body, whether good or bad. And so I know the beginning of that verse is a little bit confusing, where it says we are away from the Lord, but that doesn't mean God isn't with you. That just means before we get to heaven, we can still treat it like we're living in heaven. Not because everything's perfect, because, clearly it's not, but because we can just treat people the way that Jesus has treated us. And the next part I wanted to look at is verse 10, end of verse 10. So that each of us may receive what is due for the things done while in the body, whether good or bad. And this might sound a little bit scary, but you have to remember God knows our hearts and our minds. He knows we have sinned, but once you confess, He forgives you, and He will accept you at any stage of life. And so for me personally, I've struggled in the past with holding grudges and forgiving people for doing me wrong. But once you realize that God has complete control and you stop trying to take revenge or get them back for what they've done for you and stop taking that into your own hands, it just takes a burden off your heart and your mind and your soul. And once you're able to treat people with the love and compassion that God has treated you, even though you don't deserve it, it just makes things so much easier to deal with. And once you let go and truly forgive people, life is just so much better. So I don't have enough time to go on to chapter 6, but I did want to say that as a reminder, just to constantly rejoice in the Lord and share His love and compassion with anyone you encounter. And so, yeah, I hope you guys have a blessed day.